Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3 in the adventures of Moven Gurga Jones, where I think, on our quest to level 4, we're going to start the day with a little musical number.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smiles and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become
What's that tune you're singing?
more like butchering. Don't know why I bother.
You alright?
No, I'm moments away from a grisly death. At the hands of this bloody song. I can't... Nothing fits, you know?
We're not experts, we're idiots, but let's see if we can help.
It can't hurt. I have an extra lute, if you want.
We're not great at performing, all told. We could try.
I'll start from the beginning. We'll take it slow. Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
Yeah, we'll give it a go. We've probably got some inspirations in the back pocket. We're going to need them, I think. That's not any better. Let's try again. We're using all our inspirations on trivial things. Maybe it doesn't bite us in the butt. We're just not quite getting it. There we go.
Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last light down.
Let's see if we can keep time. If I'm right, this is a slightly easier roll. Oh, we've probably got it. Hey.
Moon reminds me of your grace, all the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Sorry.
Don't worry, cry as much as you need.
She'd have said the same thing. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it.
I'm sure she'd be proud to see you now.
She'd yell at me for that clunky verse. And make me play till my fingers were raw. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Finish the Weeping Dawn. For her. Keep the lute. Please. You've earned it. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
Too sweet. Odiously sweet. The vomitous gall within despairs at your kindness.
Oh, the intrusive thoughts are coming back. But we've got some cool loot. Literally. I was going to just guide her with words so we could hear her perform a song again. But then I thought, no, let's do it that way. Because if we succeed, and we did succeed, we earn ourselves the ability to play musical instruments from now on. So that's fun. I don't know if it's going to come in very handy on our journey, but it's fun nonetheless.
I've never learned to converse with your kind.
But those intrusive thoughts coming in, they're guiding us to do strange and terrible things. It's going to take all of our will to resist even a little bit, and that's not going to stop us from giving her a good beating. It's just going to make it a bit easier.
Your actions have not gone unnoticed. If they persist, it seems they will not go unpunished.
She thinks she's up for a rumble.
Your aggression has gone too far. You're being reported to the guards.
I kind of thought we'd take her down quicker than this. But there we go. Our intrusive thoughts
You
have...
witnessed assaulting someone. You're headed for the cells.
What are you doing here? We could try and talk our way out of it. Intimidation's probably the way to go. That wasn't a fight. You want to see what I'm really capable of? This is the dark urges coming through once again. And probably failing.
The guard is impassive. Your little speech was unconvincing.
Well, how about a bribe? We got 110 gold.
Improperly acquired coin weighs heavy on the conscience. The bribe may have worked this time, but it won't work the next.
Yeah, he's not thrilled with that. We're not thrilled with that either. Yeah, what are you doing all the way down here, Aaron? Get back to your home. I think we need to lie down after that.
Yes, I see.
Hark! Hark! A camp, and Hogma willing. Some friendly faces. Well met. Goblins roughed me up and stole my hose when they heard me singing Hatchling Love. You wouldn't have half a bedroll for a lost minstrel, would you? I can pay for my board with music, if you care for it.
Another bard. Wonderful. Our hearth is open and there is safety beside it.
I'll just stay one night. Promise. Then I'll be gone. I know I'm ice blood, but I get cold so fast. I need to be by the fire.
Of course you can stay, friend. We're a kind group here. No one seems to have anything they specifically want to add, so we can talk a bit more to Quill Groot slang.
Thanks for the fire.
What kind of music do you write?
I prepared a dense manuscript of new love chants to be throat sung in Timantha style. You probably don't know, but the Dragonborn clans arrange their children's marital unions. Love is considered irrelevant to egg duty. But I've never even been kissed. And I can't stop myself from dreaming. I don't think most of us stop hoping. Ever, really. Not even when duty stamps us down. And that's what the songbook's about. Lost, lingering love. Never acted on. Never spoken.
Well, that sounds very sweet. So you ran away from home?
My clan name has been struck. I named myself anew after a long-dead poet.
Lovely. Why are you travelling on the road in the middle of the night?
I've been given a great chance. My song score, Affairs in Ancient Abir Songs of Draconic Love, is due to be published in the Gate. I'm in a big rush, though. I fear that if I don't get there in the next few days, they're going to print some kobold bone flute instrumentals instead.
Kobold bone flute instrumentals do sound kind of interesting. How do you write love songs if you've never found yourself?
Is there someone who you think you might love? Oh, come on. I won't tell.
Karlach seems like she'd have so much love to give if she found the right person.
And have you said so? Do they know even one little bit of how you really feel?
It's too soon for that.
There's a special feeling to having love all to yourself. Don't you think? For no one to know.
I grew up smiling about my little secrets to myself. I would have been laughed at if I admitted to anyone how I felt. It is not our kind's way. But I have my whole life ahead of me. Things will be different now I'm on the Sword Coast. I can't wait for what is coming next.
She's such an optimist. I love it. Will you sing a draconic song for me?
Oh my. Are you sure? Are you really sure?
What's the worst that could happen?
Spoken like someone who's never heard a Dragonborn throat song. This one, Sky Swain, is about what it might feel like to mate in the air, in the age where wings were yet with us.
That's quite enough culture for one evening, I think.
Oh, there are 69 more verses. I'm only just beginning.
That's quite enough culture. Let's all just go to sleep.
You open your eyes with a lurch, and you are not in your bed. You stand above a body which is in a state of gore nearly beyond recognition. The body of that scared girl who asked for nothing more than a night of shelter. Her blood covers you, and its warmth feels like the embrace of an old friend. You recall nothing of how you ended up here, but your head pounds and aches.
Well, this isn't right. I mean, there must be some sort of explanation.
There is nothing else here, and no one else around. You and the corpse seem to have been alone together for quite some time. No matter how it appears, the body is there, and her blood is on your hands. The question flows through your mind. Who are you, really, that you could be guilty of such bitter business?
What curse is in our heart if we can kill in our sleep?
Something wicked must have woken you. The contemptible pervert within must have lavished slash after slash upon the girl. But where, oh where could that monster have come from? If only you knew yourself better. You don't have much time for reflection now. You need to act. You may only have a few moments before the others awaken and begin to cast blame for the hot sin before you.
No, at the very least, we should wash away the blood.
You scrub yourself until your hands are cold and raw. While your body starts to feel clean, the blood doesn't seem to leave.
Is it magical blood? Or are we just literally soaked in it?
There is no magic binding this blood to your body, only guilt. You shake your head, and it seems to go away, only then. If you are fortunate, no soul will be able to know you were behind this murder. You wonder if your misdeed will be noticed.
I think it'll be noticed. It's quite likely people will notice a dead body in the middle of our camp. Oh, it's Scratch. Hey, boy. Oh, it's good to see you too. Who's a good boy? Yeah, you are. Which means we should probably put Talk to Animals on.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
You're standing in blood, Scratch. I'm sorry about what happened to your master, though.
Master? Friend? I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
You're a worrying dog. Now, does anyone have anything much to say about this situation? No one seems that bothered. Quill didn't leave anything behind.
I've known people who are hungry for power, but Gale takes it a bit too literally for my liking. I wonder how he does it. Why he does it. I'm sure all will be revealed in time, but I don't like it. A waste of perfectly good treasure.
Astarion doesn't seem bothered about the fact that there's a corpse there. I wonder if anyone is. Maybe they've all just looked at it and just been like, nope, not my problem, not going to deal with that. And I guess if nobody wants to deal with that, then it's fine, we'll just go about our business. Let's get another Shadow Blade on, and let's bind it as well. Excellent. And then who was our Longstrider? It was Gale. I believe that's our morning rituals out the way. Alfira's playing away once again. Good for her. Now, we should probably speak to Volo.
Ah, my good friend.
Hello.
You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
Go ahead, ask your questions.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
We're not that smart, but we know a thing or two about goblins.
Goblins were of a rare, jam-colored hue and wielded magic blowguns. And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
There wasn't any dragon.
Witnesses failed to notice the obvious dragon. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
No, I don't think so. They said something about raiders charging the bastards, but I was just concentrating on not dying.
Really? Well, this does complicate things. But then again, well, never mind. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
Interesting.
Never you mind. I'm on my way to their camp as we speak. I always knew my studies in Gukliak would come to some use.
What brought you to the wilds in the first place?
Why, goblins, obviously. Well, someone ought to chronicle these curious events. I'd heard the master of this place, a druid called Halsin, might be able to point me in the right direction. But he's been quite captured by them already. Ironic, really.
Well, you be careful. Goblins aren't known for mercy.
Oh, never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, hmm? And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket.
Until we meet again.
Always good to have a potion about your person. Now, let's tough it off this elevator, even if we very rarely use the dang thing.
I'm sleeping.
Excuse me, friend, could you just shuffle a little bit?
Okay.
Cheers. Perhaps we could chat to Topaz as well.
Shh, I'm concentrating. Does this look good? Is the coin in the middle?
It's slightly off. Just give it a nudge to the right.
Yes. Yes, you're right. That's it.
Wonderful. Happy Topaz. Is that shiny key off limits to us? Yeah, it is. Understandable. Should probably go and speak to Korga.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
A death viper. You've milked their poison before. A single drop of it could kill that child in a heartbeat.
Why would anyone have a familiar that's a death viper? The name does not bode well. She's just a child, though. You're not going to imprison her, surely.
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike. The death of a child. A timeless tragedy that never grows old.
No. We are not in this. Our mind might want the snake to kill the child, but our heart doesn't.
Her life matters more than satiating your dark fantasies. You focus, and they're gone. But clearly this child's life is in danger.
So we've got a nature. We've got a persuasion. Yes, barbarian seems like probably the best bet. She's just a cub. Let her go, or tangle with me. That's promising, I think. Hey.
Very well. Sif, Tila, to me. Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
You can't be going around threatening your fellow druids like that.
That woman has more venom in her heart than a snake in its fangs. But at least the child is safe. What is youth if not a time to be forgiven for one's transgressions?
Does a viper store its venom in its fangs? I'm not sure about that. I feel like there's a gland. Or similar. I'm glad we intervened, though. But also, it sounds like you've got something to confess.
Ha! And you don't? You're wholly without vice or sin? Or the occasional lapse in judgment?
Don't go there.
You don't strike me as quite that boring.
Yeah, you do not want to know what's going on in my head. Korga.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
Monster? Too kind. A demon, more like.
What do you know about demons, Will? Only a monster would threaten a child.
Yes, you would say so. I know your kind. You see only villains and victims. A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. I call her mother. You call her monster. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanus, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
Well, Zevlor's people are going to perish on the road if you kick them out.
And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
It seems to best speak to Zevlor.
You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the Grove forever shrouded.
At least she's just calling them Outlanders. She hasn't come up with some sort of racist terminology for them like some of her fellow druids. I suppose that's a blessing. Now, Karlach, you're our sneaky character. I would like you to sneakily shuffle over here and pick the lock on this chest. +5 bonus. Even without guidance, that should be good. Should have probably brought the rest of the crew in too, but hey ho. Let's snatch that. You may as well read it while you've got it. Mysterious. Some Oladan character. Now, off we go. We'll worry about what Korga's up to in a bit. We should probably speak to Nessie first. Okay, it looks like you've given up actually tending to this bird, Nessie. You're just sort of standing and looking at her. Is it something we can help with? Perhaps.
She's never looked better. I'm impressed. What can I do for you?
I mean, it's healing that we're after. Looks like we came to the right person, even though we did much of the work.
I do what I can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
That's probably because there's a tadpole in there.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
That's the one. Can you help?
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help.
Awfully kind of you.
We need to be quick. This way.
Fancy door technology for a druid grove.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
Who are
This
you?
one had the same
Weird
problem
voice.
as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
I was hoping for a less grave cure.
I'll do the best I can. I'm no Master Halsin, mind. He'd have your tadpole out like that. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
I'm interested in the procedure, actually. Please, go ahead.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
I'll take anything that can help.
Of course. Now, tell me what's been happening. Any symptoms? Strange events?
We fell out of a ship in the sky and something caught me and saved my life. That's pretty strange.
Protected from on high? Sounds like the Drow. Master Halsin said he was tougher than he had any right to be. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
On a mind flayer ship, we were kidnapped, infected.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
Of course we will. We swear.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here.
Karlach
You
didn't
know,
like that.
I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside,
You seem perfectly normal.
Must have learned something from studying them.
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from Mind Flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
That's good news? Question mark?
Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
You think he's still alive?
I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get close without goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
That sounds pretty good. I'll find Halsin.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you what happened out there. But those adventurers were the only witnesses. And they're long gone. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
Wonderful.
Time, Nettie. Come on.
You can toss that poison. We won't be needing it.
Yeah, I don't think we will. I only said it to keep her happy. I know Karlach disapproved of me saying that, but don't worry, Karlach, it's not going to come to that. We will take that parasite specimen, though. That seems interesting to have around. We could consume it, even. Do we want to do that? Probably not in front of Nettie, at the very least. Now, let's also move the poison onto Gale, because it's consumable. As previously discussed, we don't want those about our person. Why are we holding a chest? That's not the dowry chest, is it? I guess the only thing he wanted from it was the ring. And we've kept the rest, maybe? Now, who might want cool elithid powers? Gale seems the sort who might be willing to experiment with such things.
The parasite is stubborn. It refuses both to leave or to allow itself to be used as you desire.
Interesting. Well, we'll just hold on to it for now then. Let's go, gang. Let's engage in some more adventures.
What's that?
That's not helpful, Karlach. Give me a bit more information to work with. Does Findle have much to say?
Oh, my saviour. I wish you could have visited in better times.
Yeah, and I wish you weren't racist. But we can't have everything that we want. Right, you lot can relax. Because I'm going to have a word with Chimera.
You ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
Well, I hope we'll meet again, under better circumstances.
Likewise. Arabella?
Thank you for helping me.
Least we could do. There's a bit of inspiration and some more XP.
On my feet.
Wonderful. Who are you?
Lives are at stake, and the cowards only care about their bloody rituals.
I mean, yeah, that's true. What about you, Donnie?
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring.
We become invisible?
You see nothing out of the ordinary. When you turn back, there's no trace of the child.
Magic. So I guess we're not speaking to the Tiefs in their little cave anytime soon. Or are we? Maybe we are. But first, let's go speak to Zevlot.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
Leaving the grove is the best option. I can help.
It's good of you to offer, but there's a whole army of goblins out there. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't doubt your abilities, you're no army. There may be a way, though. Goblins are ill-disciplined. It's unlike them to organize so cleverly. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to their ranks. Take out that leadership, and they'll scatter. The Blade of Frontiers has done what he can to help us prepare for the journey, and we're grateful. But it'll be a short journey if the goblins still own the roads.
By the Triad, there is only one correct answer. Refuse him, and we sentence these people to die.
I would never refuse him. We are going to kill the Goblin Horde leaders.
Everyone in this camp depends on it. Thank you. We'll be ready to leave as soon as you give word.
Huzzah. Now there's Zoru.
How long do you think we've got before the goblins come?
Doesn't have much to say to us though, unfortunately. Although that has triggered some journal updates. Ah yeah, Lae'zel needs to speak to Zoru if we are going to learn any more. But she's going to be mean to him. And we don't want that. It's not very ladylike. So we have failed to find a way into the Tief's hideout so far. Saving Myrkon will do it. But that requires a harpy fight that I don't fancy facing until I'm level 4.
What's that?
We found a little hole. If only there was some way for us to get in said little hole. Is a dwarf small enough to get in the hole? Possibly. They are a short race. We'll go halfling to be on the safe side. Look at us. We're teeny. And even though it's just an illusion spell, it does somehow make us small enough to just walk in here. Hello, Mole.
Something to ask. Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here.
You saved Arabella from the druids. Don't know what those bastards would have done.
What are you doing in this cave?
Making sure we're ready to leave when the time comes. Anyway, you want to talk? Talk.
Thought you might need help with something, Mole.
I do, as a matter of fact. Revenge.
You saw what those bastards that run the place were doing to Arabella, scaring the precious mite. I want to steal that big, shiny idol they're all chanting at.
And what are you going to do with something like that?
The important thing is to get it away from them. That ritual's gonna get us all killed. And we can sell it once we get to the city. Thing like that's gotta be worth a small fortune.
Sounds good. I'll see what I can do.
Be careful. They look as brittle as old bark. But they're vicious. Anything else?
That's all for now. Thanks, Mole.
You've been a friend to us. Come back anytime.
Hooray. Now, what happens if we take off the helmet? Do we immediately lose our disguise? No, it seems to stay on. That's interesting. Ah, well, I guess we're a halfling for now. Now, where do we go next? Probably back to the village. We picked up a shovel last episode, but there may be more shovels available now that we've got our scroll. I feel like we want to bust the others open as well. This should be some straightforward XP for us. unless things go horribly wrong and it escalates. No, we don't have our action back. I should have probably hit that with someone else, like Gale maybe. But that's fine. We'll just stand next to the bugger, threaten them, and whatnot.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, what are you going to do, Karlach? You've still got your great axe equipped that you come with, but that's fine. Although it's not fine, is it? Because your dexterity levels are much higher than your strength now. Oops. I didn't mean to press C. I meant to press I, and now we've cost you your action for the turn. Amazing. I suppose you could apply Hunter's Mark to it, at the very least. I should probably remember to do that. I frequently forget when I'm playing Rangers. Now, how much HP have you got anyway? 23. I'm not going to take you down in a turn, the way things are going. But we could make sure we take you down. Like so. Get 10 XP for our troubles. And a longbow. Which I think we looked at last time and decided that no one really needs a longbow. But that's okay. We'll take on this next one, if we can. Gale, do you want to bash it with your staff? Has that one got nothing in it? Have any of them got anything in it, or do they need to be awoken by the first one? It's weird. Sometimes these things have things in, sometimes they don't. Yeah, it's not going well. Oh well. A dark journal. Yeah. That's just telling us about the Red Wizard of Thay that hung around down here with their apprentice. We'll dig up this dirt mound. I guess we'll smash open that casket as well. And some scrolls. So, yeah, we'll just pick those up with Gale. I suppose there's no harm at this point in casting our new scroll of Summon Shovel.
Oh, shit-pilling toe rag! Never summon Shovel, never feed Shovel, now call Shovel!
You recognize the tiny fiend, a Quasit. Wicked creatures, often used as familiars.
Wait, you're not Illy?
Illy?
My master. Tall, skinny, prick with ears. So, you're Shovel's master now. Fine.
Your name's Shovel?
Master Illy calls me Shovel. Don't like it? Change it.
Shovel's fine.
So, what first, master? Gutting locals? Raising the dead? Making them walk? Making them scream?
That all sounds weird, and you're not going to do any of that whilst we're around.
Oh, you don't like gutting? Spilling? Tearing? Boring? Wait, are you horny? For the book? Illy never shuts up. Book this, book that. Blah.
What book?
Oh, master should go see. Talk to the mirror, and remember, balsam, good for burns.
Interesting. What a helpful little Shovel you are. Will, would you like to speak to Shovel?
Oh? A spell shite. When the fisting starts, use the sparky magic to call Shovel. Let's kill everything.
Wonderful. So Will now has the permanent ability to get a bit of Shovel in our lives. This is what we need. Now, this mirror. We are Moven Gerger Jones. You can call us Mo.
I do not know this name. If you are known to my master, step forward and declare yourself an ally.
I mean, that's us. We're an ally.
Only a true ally of Ilintoth may pass. What think you of the Zolkir known as Zastan?
I would smash the bugger if he was in front of me right now.
You are no Zolkir, but are you wise? Tell me, why might one use balsam ointment?
We know that. It's for cleaning wounds.
Acceptable, finally. If you could see anything in me, what would it be?
Why have we got two different options for each of these things? That seems really weird. That seems unnatural. Is that disguised self causing things to break? We probably want suffering of our enemies, wouldn't we? Yeah, see them driven before us. The lamentation of their women and all that good stuff.
Pathetic. A poor choice. You will be purged.
Okie doke. That hasn't worked out. But we've broken the vast majority of these caskets already, so it won't matter too much if the whole world catches on fire. It's probably going to follow us though, isn't it? We just stood here looking all interested, and it's going to sweep up here and ruin our day. So let's move all the way back just to be on the safe side. Let's revert to our original form. I just realised that we don't need to be a halfling anymore. And then we'll probably wait for that fire to go out, just because it seems smart. Although we might be able to just hop over it, but no, there we go. Bit of patience. Maybe we've had enough of the mirrors games.
You are not my master. If you are his ally, step forward and declare it.
I'm going to declare my boot up your ass. Do mirrors have? Don't worry about it. That's not going to do it. Let's use an inspiration to threaten a mirror some more. See this rock? It saw the rock. That's how we deal with magical mirrors around here. We've got some potions about our person, haven't we? Elixir of poison resistance. He'll have that as well. Grease bottles we don't want hanging around. Poison we probably don't want, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, we'll need to stay on top of this to prepare for any incoming madness that might approach. Also, before I forget again, let's give a finesse weapon to Karlach. She can have a shield down the line as well, but we don't have one right now. Braces of defense. We'll take that. But that's not something any of us are going to need, is it? We're all armoured types. So they might just become gale fodder, perhaps. We'll have to see what else is going on. Shall we take the magical book?
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in.
Please don't open the creepy book.
We surely shouldn't leave such a threat out, where anyone could stumble across it.
That's very true, Will. I will pop it into my pack, and I'm sure I won't get round to reading it later on and unleashing forbidden knowledge that man should not wot of. I'd also like to persuade some ogres to join our side, because they're probably quite useful on honor mode. But before we do that, I'm going to forget if I don't do it now. We're just going to lockpick this chest. Still got guidance. And we're going to lockpick that door as well. There goes guidance, but we'll get it back. Bad rolls again, but we got the job done. Now the haste helm. Momentum for 3 turns. Seems just generally useful. Who might want it the most? A lot of the crew want to get up close and personal with enemies. And now, it's ogre time.
Tastes like chicken. No chicken. Tastes like fish. Gentlemen, contain yourselves. This quarrel sours our feast. Besides, tastes like pork. And what surprise is this? Brothers, look here. I have eyed yet another prize. Fortune favors our bellies. Stranger, be you friend or food. The mark is her measure. Show us the brand of the absolute.
I feel like we've got to go for the intimidation option. Maybe we're going to eat you, chummer. How do you feel about that? Oh dear. We've got one more shot. Maybe? Hey.
Food? No one has food today, alas. It seems we are friends. Friend.
Wonderful. You are quite the articulate ogre.
Am I not astonishing? A robust diet makes for a shrewd mind, you see. I am a gourmand. And you, a delicacy. Unless you bear the mark, of course.
I notice you don't bear a mark of your own.
I've no use for the absolute, or any god. I follow 2 masters only. Gluttony and greed. The goblins understand my appetites. They sate my hunger for gold. And the rest sate my hunger for meat. Boss goblin give gold. We check brand. Good deal. No talk.
Well, forget the goblins. Fight for me, friends.
I am, by all accounts, a student of higher commerce and extortion. Make me an offer. Tempt me.
Now, we can get an inspiration back if we succeed at this one. But I think we're more likely to succeed if we go for the intimidation check. So, how about I spare your life? Is that tempting enough? Also, I need to turn off Will's helmet. Look at that thing. "16 is a failure."
Such sweet suggestions. Have a care. You may make yourself stringy.
Well, I've changed my mind. The offer's off the table.
Oh, but you do love to tease.
Bye, lump.
Alas, not so much as a nibble. Food? No, not food.
But also not friend. Sad times. What if we tried again with another party member? So we're not going to be able to get the ogres on side. That's unfortunate. I was kind of looking forward to that. We might have to engage in fisticuffs with them at some point. Just because it could be useful. Although, I'm thinking, you see, there's at least one point later in the game where it's useful to have high int on someone. But we've already got that, because Gale's a brainiac, so maybe it's fine. Maybe it's absolutely fine. We've still got a reasonable way for another level, unfortunately. No, let's not go down to the swamp. Let's go towards the camp where friend Sazza is hanging out. We haven't done a great deal today, but I still want to gather more XP before doing any fights, because although we are able to
I'll tell the gods what's what.
reload saves, I still don't want to blow honor mode until I have to. I still want to try and complete the game without the party dying.
Well, look what the rat dragged in.
Can it? I know something Ragslin will want to hear.
Yeah? What's that?
I've been in some druid's grove. This one sprang me. Now move over so I can tell Ragslin myself.
Hold on. Where are the raiders?
Dead. Every last one.
Ragslin's drow friend won't be happy to hear that.
She'll be happy enough when I tell her where them looters is holding up. Let me through.
Hold on now. Is it true what Saz says? You helped her escape that grove?
Yeah, I don't believe in keeping prisoners.
Then behave while you're inside. Our people don't mind it one bit.
That's enough out of you. Come on. Gotta let the drow know where them looters is. We'll be heroes.
I like the sound of that. We like being heroes. I'm sure we won't run into any creepy occurrences when we cross this bridge.
Hear my voice. Obey my command.
The voice is irresistible. You recognize the overwhelming authority that you've used on others, only infinitely stronger. Your vision clouds, leaving you in a dark, featureless shadowscape. Nothingness in every direction. Then there are 3 figures before you. An armored male elf exuding power and command. A handsome younger man with a quick, easy smile. And a pale young woman with even paler eyes.
These are my chosen. They speak for me. Aid their search for the weapon, and you will be worthy to stand beside them in my presence.
The visions fade and the voice falters as a strange energy swells around you. The many-sided artifact. Somehow you understand it's repelling the presence.
My power grows. My forces gather. The reckoning draws near.
That thing's shielding us. Incredible.
Well, I'm thoroughly confused by this. I've got no idea what's happening.
Whatever power the artifact possesses, it shows no sign of it now.
Certainly look confused anyway.
Never wanted the easy path.
Now the old goblin camp awaits. But that's going to wait for next time. Until then, thanks for watching, friends. I'll see you soon.